Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Film Bits. And today's film is dedicated to Steve Donahue. And I'll explain a little more about that later. Well, it's very soon. And that is Fritz Lang's 1927 Metropolis. It premiered January 10th, January 1927. It took several years to make. And the reason why I'm dedicating it to Steve Donahue is that in a recent video, he just railed against this, saying it was a horrible film, and the novelization by the Thea von Harbo, who actually wrote the script as well, as being horrible. I'm not sure if he actually used the word horrible, but he was saying that it's there's no way it is a good film based on any criteria, basically, which he's absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. By many criteria, it is a great film. It is a great silent film. Now, and Steve spouted all these things, but never went in to say why he thought it was the bad things that he said. Now, I've encountered many people regarding silent films who say similar things, and 90% of the time, or 99.9% of their hatred or qualms about silent films can be just blown out of the air with a little puff of wind. And the reason why I say that is because most people have never actually seen a lot of silent films the way they were, especially Metropolis. Metropolis ceased to exist until relatively recently as the film that it came out, shortly after it aired in April. It started being chopped up. And everything that's been on TV, video, everything has been bastardized, cut out. It originally ran approximately 153 minutes. It's been cut down to less than 70 minutes at times. It's been cut down, like the longest usually that they ever saw was about 118 minutes, so just shy of 2 hours. So you just think of what that does to a film. It butchers it, and it makes it at times, especially depending on how it was cut up, incomprehensible. And that's what happened a lot of times with most viewings of Metropolis. And it wasn't until 2008 that new footage was found in Argentina, and it's been incorporated. They've almost got, they're still missing bits of it, but they're getting close to the complete version, which is now 150 minutes, and that is on this Eureka Masters of Cinema special edition box set. It was done for the 90th anniversary. And it says here, to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the film's release, Eureka Entertainment is proud to present a definitive version of Fritz Lang's Metropolis in a special edition box set containing the 150-minute reconstruction and restored version. And then it also includes Giorgio Moroder's Metropolis from 1984, which he did butcher it and change things, but he reimagined it. It's a different thing, so, but still not what it actually was. So, and the thing is, it is a great film by all standards. It set the standard for quality for science fiction. It has a powerful story. Maybe a little heavy-handed, yes, I will agree with that. But it has a powerful science fiction story, which science fiction tells really well. How technology can affect humans and the human race, and the results of that. It does have your usual science fiction sort of themes in it that that later became very, very overdone, which were beginning to be overdone at the time. But that happens with a lot of stuff. So to me, that's a bit of a minus. And also the set design. The set design set standards, and it was innovative, and there was a lot of new material and new ways of doing things and filming that was created in this film. So therefore, it is an important film. It's also an important film because basically Fritz Lang almost bankrupted the production company, the UFA, by doing this because it costs so much money. So there's many, many reasons why it is a great film, and the influence that it's had. You can't forget about the influence, regardless of what you think of the item. There is ripples from this film that are still going today. And again, it's mostly that people don't see the original the way it was. And we're still not seeing the full original. But this 150-minute reconstruction and restoration gets pretty damn close to what the original was made. So unless Steve decides to talk about the specific reasons, it's easy just to say, I could just come and say, well, Moby Dick is a complete crap book because it's long, boring parts in it. It takes away from the story. All legitimate things for me to say, but is it legitimate for that book? Well, no, I don't think it is. And anything that he said in disparaging Metropolis was wrong, because there's nothing that he could actually back up with anything with that in. And if you start comparing something to the special effects of today, you're just blown out of the air, because that's a useless comparison, and you can't compare that, because those are going to be compared to the future films too. So it's not relevant, that kind of comparison or criticism. And everything else, like I say, the story, it's very powerful. It had a lot of meaning, and it was, as I say, it was influential. And it's got archetypes in it. It's got the basic archetypes, but extrapolated into the future with the idea of science fiction. But anyway, so Steve, you're absolutely wrong on this case. Anyway, let's get back to that's my rant done against Steve. Get back to the Metropolis Masters of Cinema edition. It's a hard case. It was limited. I'm not sure what it was limited to. It just says limited edition 3-disc set. So it's got a, I think, why is that off the spool? It doesn't fit very tightly. It's number 16 spine. And it's got tons of extras on it. As you can see, it's full of extras there. It's not, I'm sure they're going to be coming out with a 4K restoration at some point as well. I'm not sure how that's going to work too well on I think it was 9mm prints that they found in Argentina in 2008. So those are still going to be probably grainy to a certain extent, or more grainy and less definition than the rest. This is a 1080p encoding, and it's got extras. The only thing, I do criticize this set a little bit, because they advertised it that it was a definitive, it's the best set. So I, as well as others, were led to believe the way that they did their bump was that it was going to have all the extras from all the other previous versions that even they did, and others like interviews and all this stuff, which they could have done, and commentaries and so forth, but they didn't. They were very selective of what they put in, which is too bad, because you could put so much on it. So that's always my contention with a lot of this stuff is the extras. There's never enough for the extras, but there's a nice book that comes with it, and the book it's got to be over 100 pages. No, just shy of 100 pages. It's like 99 pages. Now, it's very cool because, as they usually do, they dig out other writings that are contemporary at the time. So we've got the let me see, the Master Builder of Metropolis by Otto Hunt, 1927. Special effects in the film Metropolis by Gunter Rittu, 1927. Metropolis Fashion by Ain Wilken, 1927. And The Mariah of the Underworld of Yoshiwaro and I by Bridget Helm, the actress. And then it jumps up to more recent material. It also has a really good, well, I'll read this because I've already sort of said the same thing, but it's got a good here. It says, The Reconstruction and Restoration by Martin Kurber. It says, many have at some point seen something on the screen called Metropolis. But what could they have seen? Certainly not the film written in 1924 by Thea von Harbo and directed by Fritz Lang in 1925/6, because that ceased to exist in April 1927. What has been offered under the Metropolis by various distributors and archives, what has been sold on video and DVD, and what has been seen on television and all are all adaptations, sometimes more and sometimes less removed from Lang's film. So you can't judge it on those. You can only judge what you have, yes, but you can't make a final judgment to say that it was a bad film or a great film based on like cut up editions and bastardized, changed, scenes put out of order, and so forth. So yeah, so there is Metropolis. It's, as I say, it's spine number, originally, it says spine number 191. I'm not sure what the little sticker, or 161, sorry. Do that backwards here. I have a little sticker in here that says something else. Number 16. Oh, I think that might be, I'm not sure if that's the limitation one or not. But yeah, so there we go. Metropolis, Fritz Lang, 1927. A great film, a great silent film, a great science fiction film. And yeah. Thank you, BookTube.